Welcome to Paid in Full podcast by Nairametrics. You know, if it is conversations that impact your life and help you, especially when it comes to making money. Because in this life, carrying shoulder. They now ask you, please press something in our palm. You are now speaking English. They will disrespect you.
Welcome to another episode of Paid in Full, where we talk about how money is made in any space, business, or profession, industry as well. I'm your host, Ogeva, and today we're looking into the world of broadcasting, engaging people. And I have somebody that you've heard his voice. He has been on your timeline. You know, he's everywhere. You see him on your phone, and he's here today to actually help us understand how money is made in this space, and obviously let us know the kind of person he is. And I have with me Chukwudi Ezugwu, aka Husband Material.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, Chukwudi.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here. It is such great honor to sit on the same seat that great men and women have sat on.
I like that. I like that. It's good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy, to actually speak to you on Paid in Full, because, we somewhat do the same thing. Yeah, but you are my senior, right? You have been around for decades. Bro.
Wow.
You understand? So I really, really want to learn, and I hopefully my audience will be able to learn and apply themselves.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because you know how it is. A lot of people feel these days, once you to do a podcast, you just get camera and film it, and everything falls into it. But once again, it's good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and without further ado, right, let's just get straight to it. And I want us to start from the top. Okay. So, what actually pulled you into the world of radio? I want us to start with
from
your
the top.
growth. Yeah.
So it's interesting how my story unfolded. I would say that I got on radio by mistake.
Really?
In all honesty.
Okay.
So growing up, I used to, I listened to people like Uncle Yinka Craig.
Yeah.
Taiwa Jai License.
Yeah.
You understand? Satirist Toba. So there was something unique
I've not forgotten that.
Something unique about them was their voice.
Yeah.
And so I used to have, I have a husky voice. And I never thought that I would get to speak and, millions or hundreds of thousands of people would listen. Because the voice not just follow at all. I mean, you would listen to, the diction and the pronunciation of Uncle Yinka Craig, Satirist Toba. It go just the sweet you.
But those guys' voices were really James L. Jones kind of voice.
And do you know what was very interesting? There was no... So when we speak about the accent now, you listen to some people speak and you don't even understand what... I am very sure that English people, proper British people will not even understand the language when they express themselves. So, but when you listen to their pronunciation, when you listen to the diction...
I like the way they talk about diction.
My brother, the excitement they did here when you listen to someone like, even till tomorrow, go watch Taiwa Jai License, Uncle Yinka Craig. You're excited. So for me, I never thought that I had that kind of voice. Because we go Jeun school.
Yes, no.
You understand? Mommy, they are postponed the holiday. The English, not the English at all. So we just manage ourselves.
I'm sure it's not that bad.
And then again, I also used to think that, you had to have a very fine face. And at that time, I don't know whether I really fine.
But you're fine now.
As God don't come develop the facial. But at the point, I used to feel you had to look a certain way and sound a certain way. And from growing up, I never had that. Marianne and Azodo.
Even at that time, it wasn't.
Catherine Obiang.
Yeah.
You go see. So I not just think So it was even by chance. But, in church, I grew up in a solo area of Lagos, St. Mary's Catholic Church. I was in the
church. I used to go to that.
Are you serious? Glory to Jesus.
All the time. Not to me, I just said.
I want shock as you say all the time. The Lord is good.
All the time.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it was really, I used to participate in, all these, in the children department, drama, singing, presentation, where you go cram Bible verse for head, just the real amount. And so I had that background. And in primary school, we used to tell stories. My dad, a fantastic storyteller, you know, he would tell us about what transpired during the Nigeria Civil War. So I was exposed to a lot
of history.
Yes, he would tell us, you know, SAP riots, also Abiola, what happened in 1993. And so the way he would go about detailing the experience, dates, the incidents that played out, it was really very exciting. And so I imbibed that quality. And so when I would get to school, I used to just come out, maybe free periods or when the teacher is not in class and tell stories. Secondary school, the same thing. Joined the literary and debating society and continue to express myself. All these things don't they happen. I not pay mind. I wasn't even aware that I would end up, you know, in broadcast media. So fast forward to after my university education, because when I was in the university, I used to do, you know, stand-up comedy and event hosting and the likes. So all those things don't they just be like say God they prepare me for something.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So during my NYSC, I used to, in fact, the incident that played out on the first day I met my employer, I would never forget it. Barrister Kende has New Lagos College in Awoyokun area, Shomolu. So we left camp and went to our PPA. We had to see him first. He told us to go to his office. So we converged about, say, 7-8 core members. And, you know, I wasn't even supposed to work with him because he was like, what did you study? Pure and industrial chemistry. Oh, nice. That's a good course. Law. Do you know I'm a lawyer too? So it got to my turn. I said, history and international studies. And he was like, history. History is not bad though, because it was elective for me when I was in the university, but what will you do with history? I already felt some type of way.
Of course.
You know, say, everybody don't go and hail courses. And I didn't even want to study history and international studies in the first place. I wanted to study mass comm. My brother, after I write jam me 4 times. As I see history, I grab her with my 2 hands.
Give me.
Say, make I just even finish. Make you not be like, I don't go university. Or maybe I use old age, they go university.
And they tell you. So, oh my goodness.
But in the conversation that we had afterwards, he now took a liking to me. Which institution? This one said, ABU Zaria. So somebody said, University of Ibadan. And it was like, do you know anything about the University of Ibadan? You know, she was like, we are the best. He now said, do you know that before it was University of Ibadan, there was something? She was now like, I don't know. He now told me historian. And now said it was University College of London. Hey! The man brain first burst. I told him the year. The man was like, wow. But plus the one way no ask me. I can't talk say, but the first university in Nigeria to award a degree with Nigeria in it is the University of Nigeria.
Nigeria and Suka.
The man can't look say, okay. But I say, this guy.
This history no go lost.
He now said, do you know you can actually teach civic education and social studies? I said, I will gladly do that, sir. Now, so I take enter. Me when you don't already reject me from first when I introduce myself, I study history.
I'm telling you, discouraging.
Exactly. Now, during classes, he now discovered that even people that were not studying, even people in senior secondary, would come to the class when I teach civic education and social studies, because I used to garnish it with history. So, for example, if we're talking about elections now, and why it is important for citizens who have come of age to participate in elections. You know, I would give examples. I would tell them interesting stories. You know, go back to 1993, the return to democratic rule in 1999, and give a breakdown, details. So the children were really very excited, and it was always fun.
There's knowledge.
Because history just be like, say, they are just telling stories. But there's a way you tell and detail it. People would be excited.
You get their attention.
So including science students, they come.
Obviously, they're no failure.
They're no failure.
Okay.
They look, say, this guy, he be like, say, there's something
about him.
He now said I should take history, the subject for people in senior secondary. History. So the elective, I think it's history and geography. A lot of people don't like doing history because it just be like say, waiting we they teach for our own history, not a sweet. We don't even
They don't
teach,
make it interesting.
we don't even tell our own history.
Yeah, it's
now the one way person give us who discovered who discovered River Niger, Mongo Park. How did Mongo Park discover River Niger when there were people living there
already
using the source? And you said that Mongo Park, which kind of nonsense talk be that one? So even in our own history, we don't even tell our story.
We don't. I think
and when I've been there, UNN, we've been get some radical lecturers or pata. When go tell you, say it is your own story and how you tell it that would influence how people will treat you and their perception of you. So me too can be radical from uni. So when I got there, some of these things now they tell them, and it's interesting when you don't have to think about it. Somebody who discovered River Niger, Mongo Park. Meanwhile, people there. And you see the kids say, wow, this is really true. Some of the things when some wise people went to say they get sense, come off our history, I put them back by force.
Yes.
I put them back now.
Nice.
Because why are you teaching them about Carolingians and Merovingians?
When there's a lot of history on people.
When there is the Alafia for you, when you have our own civilization, they teach me about Carolingians, Merovingians, Perugians, what it concern me and them. So it was very interesting. Yeah. And you had students who just wanted to just learn about it. So my class, they always full. Now from here now somebody can actually tell me, say, you have a commanding presence. And when you speak, people listen to you. Don't you think you would like to do something on radio or on TV? I say, me that I'm not fine. I will go on TV. Don't you see the 5 people on TV? Me that my voice is like this. You want me to go on? You want to disgrace me?
I'll tell you.
I would never forget Pepeles Fumi. She was the first person to tell me. Then I now had an encounter. She was the one that still invited me to an art event hosted by her friends. She studied in Babcock. Okay. It was supposed to be like an art event, music, poetry, comedy, and the likes. So I now hosted it. Okay. They used to have a host who was a friend of theirs, and she used to do shakara. They'll be begging her, please now, come and host it. She's like, whoa, I don't feel like it. Yeah. So that I don't feel like it when she talk, I can't give me the opportunity. I want to keep them that day. I held the audience spellbound. People were enjoying themselves and laughing. From that night, they don't tell me, say, don't worry, never you feel like it. He will always do it for us. Yes. At that event, I met somebody, OJ. OJ used to work with Liveway Media, the online media company of the Redeemed Christian Church of God at Redemption Road, Ebute Meta. He was the one that now invited me to the studio to just come around and see how things are. Because he was telling me, guy, you will be a hit on radio. I say, Baba, no now. He now said it's internet radio. Now just better they hear your voice. They only see your face. Not fear, say you're not fine. I just gave it a try. That try, the first day I went, we recorded a couple of stuff, promo jingles and the likes, and they really liked it. The next time I went, I can't go house back. He was now telling me that anytime I am free, because any day when we go local government, we know they go work, that I should come around. So I went. I now met another lady called GBK. Okay. So GBK used to intern at Cool FM with Daddy Freeze. Yeah. And they used to do a show on Sunday called Cool FM Praise Jam. So she just spent a couple of minutes with us and she was like, guy,
where you get this guy from?
Guy, this is what radio needs. I say, why are you people doing like this to me now? Interestingly, she now told me that Wazobia TV, so Amin Musali, the owner of Cool Wazobia Info, was setting up a television station, Cool TV and Wazobia TV, and that she believes that I will do well for Wazobia TV. Not only are you intelligent, you have the this, you have the that, you have the present. I couldn't look say, wait, if over the years people don't see something in me, why may I not see it for myself?
Exactly.
I said, don't worry, I'll give it a try. So she told me the audition was supposed to be on Saturday. Then on Wednesday, she called me. Have you tailored your CV to suit the broadcast industry? I said, yes. I didn't even know who I was speaking to. I can't cut the cocoa looks. Wait, somebody believes that I can do this. Why? Let me just even give it a try. So I went to a business center, tailored my CV, and, came for the audition on a Saturday. I was the last person to be
interviewed?
Because when I first reach, I see people when don't go audition for MTV Base, MTV VJ search. When they talk, say, yeah, what's up? I say, hey, with this English, when people they speak like this, this one people were that year when if you be media practitioner, if they show once they see you, dreads, colored hair,
coming out, everything.
They relay shoes, they relay shorts. You must look somehow.
If you see they relay, you go to fear.
Me, I can't talking like person when they go I wear tie. I get one dressing when they always be hit that time. Now black trouser, the jacket na purple, the black, the back na black. Then the shirt na always like baby pink.
Yes.
I will call wear Abat Macaulay
tie.
No be tie.
Both tie.
I got they look like waiter.
But now it still work for you at the end of the day.
I was the last person to, because I was like, people were just, we have a show today. So as I reach my turn, I just go, just looking at me, the person conducting it, there were 3 people actually. OJ, correct guy. Say, you are tall, you have this presence. So we submitted 3 photographs. In one of the photos, I was holding a microphone. And he was like, what were you doing? I said, MC. He was like, can you make me laugh? I said, yes. He said, make us laugh. And I told him that, sir, you are putting me on the spot. You people have been conducting interviews for like 4 hours. I might say something that you might not consider funny. Just know that you are the problem. I'm not the problem.
And he laughed, Abby.
And he now laughed. I was like, guy, you're spontaneous. I like this, I like that.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. Now, so play. Second one, third one, fourth one. And so they employ me, NairametricsTV.
Nice.
We begin the work there. But over the years, I have gone on to improve myself. Remember, I hold a degree in History and International Studies. TV and radio was by chance. In fact, radio not even funny. Because what I was doing on TV, our rating was very high. Myself and my co-anchor at the time, Unkubi, small stout, now little man. The show was a hit. Now politics, we used to argue like it was the pidgin English version of crossfire, political crossfire. Then I used to defend the government. He was against the government. And that time now, Jonathan government not really. So it was a difficult task. But because of I know how to maneuver, put comedy and all, it was easy for me to do. And so the show became an instant hit. And our boss was like, people have been complaining that on radio, the ratings are dropping. Why not replicate this same thing on radio? So they took us from Acid Hot, pidgin English version of Political Crossfire, to radio, where we now started I Beg to Differ. The I Beg to Differ debate show is really very big in Nigeria today. Students from secondary school participate. Myself and my co-anchor Nkubi were the first people with that idea. The first day was supposed to be 15 minutes. The show was such a hit. The people we joined on that show were not happy at that time. Because he be like, now because we know they do where they bring these guys come. But the amount of phone calls that they took on that belt, afterwards, people were calling to say, have those 2 people left the studio? They now increased from 15 to 30. It now became really very, very big. And a lot of people were listening. So I went about this whole story to just say that for me, it was chance. I never had that plan. But when I got into it, I now understood that not only do you have a powerful voice, you must also be in the position where you can lead. So I had to go and do a lot of studying, take a lot of courses to improve myself. And get to the point where from all the years of experience and from also learning from people who are professionals and getting certifications, we thank God for where we are. Thank you. That's the end of my story.
Thank God.
We thank God. God be praised.
Wow, that's very informing, and your journey is quite nice, really. And going back to what you said, so when you started in radio, right? How was it for you? Was it behind the scenes where was money really coming in, or you were just earning from the studio? Different streams of income. How did it come?
Money. There's no money in this, And I say this with all sense of modesty.
Okay.
Because you are on, salaried employment and you work for a particular period of time and get paid. But the stress and the responsibility where they come with them, it's not the respect radio.
Yeah.
You understand?
Of course.
And because you find yourself, all of a sudden you are in the limelight. In the past, you used to just be the voice. And maybe you would have to speak in certain places before people would recognize, now this guy be this.
But now they see you and they know
There's
you.
even simulcast where people in the diaspora can join in and see your face.
Yeah.
You can go live on Instagram, on X. They can take cuts from the recording and post and it will go viral. So now, not be only to just come, wear short knicker, just on microphone after you don't do your research and your show prep, start. No, you have to come very, very prepared. Now there's proper packaging.
Okay.
It is in that packaging now and in the quality that you have that you are going to help yourself. It is not like, if they work for a radio station and they pay 1 million. I do not know if there's anybody in Nigeria today on radio that earns that amount. It's a possibility that there are people who do. I honestly do not know.
The person will have to be commanding a lot.
But even that 1 million self, not be really anything like that. If you know your potential and what you can do to add value to yourself. So I learned very early, and thankfully a couple of people were very kind to teach me and let me know. And by providence too, I follow for the first set of people when we say social media. Myself and Nedu started out making, comedy sketches. He has this character called Alhaji Musa.
I know Alhaji Musa.
And Alhaji Musa used to be recorded for radio, the audio, like maybe 30 seconds.
Like a character on radio?
Yes, a character on radio.
Okay.
That they would just record funny audio and attach laughter sound to it and play it on radio. So we now took that
the character
and made it into visual so that people would also see. So, I used to play Dogo. I was mostly behind the scenes holding the camera. He would play Alhaji Musa. Then we now, incorporated the landlord and the husband material tenant video into it. So I follow for people when we say for the first time when social media first come they catch on. We don't.
You were right at the top, yeah.
And they do now, as an accountant, because he studied accounting. And as a shrewd businessman.
He guy be like person when eye the chook.
He don't get his business for a long time. We were able to monetize, what we were doing at the time. In fact, the first person that paid us was a woman that sells pap. In Abuja.
Imagine?
Baba, anything where you do monetize them, not be if you the thief or if you be politician now call monetize allocation. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
No, definitely.
Anything you do, because we're doing it for the love, for passion. We're enjoying ourselves. Now one year come best pap. I don't want to come say, can you people do an advert for me? I will do it for you gladly. We're even thinking that the woman will just bring container of pap. Say, I don't really have money like that, but I will give you people something, Sha. When she mentioned the something, I off.
Straight.
This thing I'm telling you is over 10 years. Over 10 years ago, when she mentioned the something, so
you can get money
from this. From just advertising somebody's business. So we were able to early enough. And the good thing for us, we are not just social media. I don't even consider myself a social media influencer.
Content creator.
We are not social media influencers. We had a career, broadcasters. And so there was proper work ethic. You had to wake up, go to work.
Yeah, structure.
You had to prepare for your show. Not be to just on microphone, begin to talk. You had to do your research.
Yeah.
Prepare for your show. So it wasn't something that landed on our lap because you just made a viral video, fish pie, and then then 2 months later, nothing. They're telling you to go back to what you are doing.
Yeah.
So for us, we were proper people who were working. And so when this one came, we incorporated and it worked well for us. So the money, not be just say they work for radio or TV, the money come from.
Well
exactly. And understand that it is in the value that you give that you would be able to, beyond your salary at the end of the month, to get something. And so, even in speaking engagements, even in trainings, even like playing the role of a facilitator in training, in broadcast academies, you can make extra money for yourself because all these years of experience, what do you want to use them do?
Yeah. You have to apply yourself
to the next generation so that they can learn from you. And as you are applying it, you make money. And then there are other platforms where you can also put your content and also get resources from them.
Yeah, of course.
And in saying this, not be say, you now say money to buy G-Wagon or money to buy, those ones too will come. But you at least
have to be patient,
build your brand. You don't want carry gun now. You don't go carry gun. Build your brand, be patient, and understand that importantly, it is essentially about value. And if you know your value and then you can monetize it, that is when it will come. Many people make the mistake of just, looking at themselves from a certain prism, not knowing that there are other things that you can offer.
Yeah, limiting themselves.
Yeah. You don't know, say, get so many things where you go do. We get plenty of people who want to become broadcasters. All the years of experience where you don't get, what you use them do? You can teach them, you can make money from it.
You find out somebody that doesn't even have a quarter of the exposure you have
at all.
Get to the forefront and take your job.
Because they are wearing suit.
Yeah.
And they can speak spree.
That's free, they chop.
No, this spree, they chop people. But now, they really chop. You get some things for Nigerian news where if you speak spree, they will not really understand. You have to shout, hey, whoa, for them to understand it.
Oh my goodness. That's good. So definitely, so from what you said, obviously, you found out yourself. And fortunately for you, had the right people around you.
Very important.
To be able to monetize your talent, your skill.
Very important.
To move into.
Very important.
And definitely, that's nice. Okay, so from that creating the content that's transitioning the Alhaji's voice, for instance,
yes,
to visuals.
Yes.
Right. So obviously from there, you moved into podcasting.
Yes.
Or is there any break?
Yes, no break.
Yeah.
We created characters. So there was Alhaji Musa, or there's Alhaji Musa, there's Oga Landlord, there's Officer Jato. We have also experimented with a couple of characters that we just said, this is not catching on, or maybe it is no longer the time for something like this. But it got to a point where we had the conversation about doing something because of the level where we had gotten and the years of experience and all that we have been able to amass. So when it was at some point, it was easy for me because the whole concept of Oga Landlord and husband material was, a randy tenant who was owing his landlord and was always bringing women into the compound. And the landlord was playing the role of, the defensive wall.
Yes.
But it got to the point where we had the conversation and we're like, see, there are certain things we can no longer do. Let us allow others do it. When they get to our level, they would also look back and understand that this is no longer fashionable, or for our experience and the impact that we have to make, given all that we have been through.
Yeah, that will be limiting.
Yes, that will be limiting it. And so with radio and TV, you have NBC. That regulate whatever goes on there. And there are certain conversations that you might not be able to have, or you would be cautious. You walk on eggshells because if you go talk with it past your mouth, the slam you find.
Straight up.
Your employer
even the radio station you're working for will even give you restrictions.
They will tell you now, what are you doing?
You can't do this on air, you can't do that.
So, but with podcasting, you can have any type of conversation. But it is not just because you want certain conversations to go viral. For us, it is essentially about impact. Have people who can watch and learn. We were focused on getting a niche audience. For us, it wasn't about likes and clicks. It's good to have people, to have certain clips go viral. But you must build a community that is willing to come to what you create or come back and digest what you curate and enjoy it. And it impacts their life. So that was essentially what, our plan was. And when we started, we tried. One episode that, caught on and went viral was the episode that featured one Adala Pinky girl. She's a popular female
episode
DJ.
Now, which episode are we talking?
It was the 8th episode on the Honest Bunch podcast.
On the Honest Bunch.
At that time, it was Frankly Speaking.
It was frankly speaking first. Exactly.
So we had copyright issues. Somebody claimed that even though the person backyard the one claim, but we were like, come on,
change the name.
Come on, we can move on. We can do it. And so we went from frankly speaking to the honest bunch.
Yeah, I remember.
Even when we were coming up with the idea, we say, so people might call us foolish bunch, lazy bunch, jobless bunch. But we're like, no problem. Whatever we curate, and if we are consistent, people would see. And you should not be concerned about people who see 60 seconds or 90 seconds footages on social media and share their hot takes.
You have to watch the full video.
I am concerned about the person that expends their resources watching an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours plus of a content.
On your content.
That's the person I'm concerned about. Not be the person when maybe one hate watch or person when just see the thing somewhere, one can talk in your own. That's your business. So we decided that if we were going to curate content that people would spend 2 hours of their time in today's world, you have to do something that is really impactful and something that will be of benefit to them. And we're thankful for, how we have been able to consolidate over the years, and we're grateful to God. For the episode that went viral, and it's an important lesson, episode 8, that featured Adala Pinky.
Yeah.
Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6. Imagine nearly 2 months of showing up.
Consistently pushing.
And then you are looking at it and you're like, are people really watching this thing? As people who are very experienced and who have been in the business for years, Nedu and I just kept saying, don't worry, just show up. You're building a catalog. When it will catch on, there will be a lot for people. It's not just the viral video. There will be a lot for them to go back to.
And watch.
And that was what happened. And the episode that went viral, funny enough, we don't discuss family, we don't discuss career, we don't discuss this. It was, the lady's preference for dating older men. Because older men will give you transport money. Young guys want to see you. Let's see. You are the one that will take care of yourself and come. You will do everything finish. The guy will tell you thanks for coming and go. But older people are considerate.
Yes.
And they will take good care of you. That was what caught on and went viral. A lot of people discuss. I recall that it was discussed on radio, on TV.
Oh no,
people they talk about that.
It did very well.
Because it was like,
it was very viral.
I like dating older men because older men will give you transport money. They will care about you. They were like, okay, how are you coming to my place? Okay, how are you going? Now that thing ain't go viral. Don't show you say nothing where Nigerians know like nothing. Leave everything anybody will tell you. Just show up, be consistent. But over the years and over the seasons, we have been able to build something really very great that we are very proud of, and I'm sure that posterity will be very proud of us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We have featured Mr. Peter Obi. Whoever thought when we started?
You featured a lot of
comrade. I don't know. Na comrade where? Omayele Showore. Ali Baba, Professor Ellen Paul, ID Kabasa, Dr.
I remember
Koki.
seeing the Ali Baba.
So many people. Kanayo. Sheung, Anikula Kokuti. Who we never feature when they're important.
So you guys, as far as guests, in fact, speaking of this, how did it actually even work behind the scenes? Like, because obviously, it's a task getting guests. Having everybody be on set, deciding your topic, doing your research. People behind the scenes. How did that?
Very, very challenging. But if you're consistent and you're very dogged in your resolve to follow through with your plans, you're definitely going to succeed. So one key thing to point out here is the importance of collaboration. I know people want to compete, but when you collaborate, it's a lot easier to take the burden off you. Because
definitely,
rather than doing 100%, you can bring 50%. Somebody brings 50%. So long as your intentions are genuine and the both of you have the same vision, you're definitely going to achieve that. So a colleague of ours on radio, had moved on to set up a media company. The focus at the time was essentially about, music. But when we discussed the idea, he was open to it. And we put heads together and came up with, that brilliant idea. And so on their part, they handled the technical aspects.
Okay.
We have a studio, we have equipment, we have personnel. You guys are the creatives.
Yeah.
Bring the idea.
We'll do this part for you.
Show up. Let's see what we can do. And we were patient. We worked hard. We're thankful for where we are. It is not easy.
It's not easy. That's a very good marriage. That's a very good marriage. A lot of people
even getting guests. Because severally, on some episodes I have said, if you are a Nigerian woman that have distinguished yourself in whatever field, make yourself available. We would love to have a conversation with you. That was when some people say, you are always interviewing men. And when it's time to interview women, you just bring one girl that will say, if I meet a guy today, if he doesn't give me 500,000
40 million.
I don't know. If he doesn't give me 20 million, I will know. But we have had great women.
Yes.
I mentioned Professor Helen Paul. We've had people who have added tremendous value. And we have reached out to a couple of people. I don't know if it is cold feet. I don't know if maybe they were not ready at the time. But we're grateful for how far we have come and how impactful, the whole concept and the idea has been. And we are believing that a lot of people have learned from it.
Oh, yes.
And it's definitely going to get better.
A lot of people have learned.
So with topics and guests, we have our brainstorming sessions where we discuss and say, this subject is something that we should talk about. Maybe a lot of people feel some type of way about it. They don't want to discuss it, but we can have a conversation.
Talk about it.
Yes. And we can come from this angle. We can discuss it from this perspective. We can look at it from this point. And this person, we believe, would be the right or most suitable guest for this conversation. And we reach out. We tell you this is what we hope to achieve. If you believe that you have the capacity, and you can make time from your schedule, no problem. Let's have it. Yeah. Let's get it done. Okay. We have created, I am very certain, make it not be like a fumble, over 300 episodes.
You guys did a lot, and it was even aggressive, really. And it's a very good template, really.
We showed up every week, every Thursday, every Monday at 6 p.m. There was a video out. There was a time that we did not even have a break. We recorded for like 7 months straight. Because people were asking,
when is the next episode?
The season is 13 episodes, but people were asking, give us, and we were giving them back to back.
That's nice.
Yes,
and how did you guys monetize it? Because I know at some point there was a sponsor that came in.
Yes.
I don't know if we're allowed to mention the name, but there was a sponsor that came in. Right? Definitely, this is bringing money.
Yes.
Right? And the platform, you're also on YouTube as well.
Yes.
So, how did that come in, really?
So, I spoke about collaboration. The capitalist is essentially out to make profits. When they see that there is value in what you do, and for them, value can be maybe number of views, virality, people who are talking about it, and how they can position their brands and get eyeball and maybe patronage, they will definitely take advantage. And so we have had great brands, from fintech companies to, music companies, entertainment companies, hospitality, service providers. We've had a lot. And I believe that it's a partnership that works because they get value. And so they keep coming back. And so from there, things they enter. On the platforms where you have these episodes broadcast, they also enter.
Yeah.
We are not where we want to be, but we are grateful for how far we have come. And we know that, where God has started, He will definitely take us higher.
Definitely. Yes.
And
I'm looking forward to the next episode, and it goes without saying, for me though, personally, it's sad Nedu had to leave. But so how has that been going on for you guys? Because the reason why I'm saying this, like, I also gave it a shot. I also gave podcast a shot earlier on. And one of the main creatives left, and
was very difficult.
We've not gotten back.
Wow. Yeah.
You understand?
Sorry.
So, we've moved on.
Yes,
I'm here with you today.
I'm so honored. Thank you very
thank
much.
God. So, how's that? Did it really affect anything, or the show just went on? And...
So we wrapped season 6 sometime in April.
Mm-hmm.
We had planned a UK tour, and season 6 would, the high point of season 6 would be a proper show across several cities, Coventry, London, and I think Manchester and a couple of other cities in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the incident happened, and so it was really very difficult because we had created promotional material, we had curated the show to fit in the quartet.
Yeah, of course.
Unfortunately, with a very instrumental and important member of the team, leaving at the time, it was really very difficult. But, everyone has shown exceptional character, and I want to believe that we have steadied the ship. Because for us, remember that I have said that it is essentially about the impact you want the niche audience to have and enjoy, the value you are giving to them. We're not perfect. I don't consider myself to be, the person who knows all or who is having the best life.
Yeah.
But I believe that I have a powerful voice, and God's plan and purpose is for me to use that voice to speak to somebody and in the least inspire that person, whether it is my story or not, whether it is from probing somebody who has gone through a process and become very successful, and asking the difficult questions so that that person provides answers and everyone can learn from. I believe that is the very essence of what we are doing. And if we all see it that way, irrespective of what transpires, whether I live or other people live, the show must go on.
Right, and that's a very sustainable strategy to actually work with. I mean, and it's pretty much evident.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the next episode. I don't know the discussion we'll have, because I can't say a man will give me 14 million naira.
but so the mistake a lot of people make is they look at it from the aspect of going viral. You must look at it from the aspect of giving value. And the reason why I say this is because people think that it is successful when it is everywhere, when it goes viral. It is not even that. There are people who are going to jump on that trend and take it away from
and make more money off it.
That is why sometimes, you would see footages from a particular, maybe podcast making the rounds. Then when you go and watch the actual video, the numbers are struggling. But the thing they make round, because as the thing they make round, some people they add and come out from them. They use them for their own.
Yes.
All those Facebook creators that will be pointing at the video like,
they'll be giving opinions on what
take a look at, watch this video. They'll be pointing. Then they will now give their own opinion and even now spin something very new from what has happened.
You said.
So even the views where they think say you go get, you're not going to even get them. But for us, from the beginning, it was essentially get a niche audience. If it is 100 people that would come every Monday or that week, or maybe at the end of the month when they have their free time, let us stick to that. If we can continually build that community to the point where people are like, okay, these guys are having interesting conversations, let's go there. Who would have thought that a Mr. Peter Obi would feature on a podcast? Because our podcast is not a political podcast.
It's not.
Our podcast is essentially real life issues.
Relatable discussions. Entertainment,
sports, family, career, tech, anything. And would they discuss? So long as people would learn from it. So for example, with Bobby, we discussed family. With Oke Bakassi, we discussed relationship, because for him, his story, he started out, with his wife from one room. He's successful today, but the story was essentially about not thinking that, not limiting yourself or thinking less of yourself, because where you are at this point, you think that you cannot be bigger. We never discussed. For Alibaba, his stellar career, spanning over 4 decades, how his dad, a successful and well-read man, did not want his son to become a clown.
Literally.
Not even comedian, clown. A public jester. A palace idiot.
That's said it.
Yes, he said it. But look at him today, the king of comedy. So, Professor Helen Paul, a lot of people did not know that it was Helen Paul's voice that was on Uncle, please tell us a story. That P-Square song. Yes, now. Helen Paul also got into broadcast media by chance.
Wow.
She was a front desk assistant. They needed she has this gift of mimicking baby voices. She now became Tatafo on that show that became very popular. From there, stand-up comedy. From there, global icon. Now she don't read book. Reach one point, if she don't book, go they cry. Now prof now.
Prof, no.
They teach better history for abroad. So our plan is to tell the stories of people so that people can see themselves. Now whether the person is a pastor or preacher or footballer or entertainer or actor or politician or public official or this or that, now you go fit link something
that is related to the person can relate to. Yeah.
Whether it is that resilient spirit of that person,
which is more than enough.
Do you understand? We had Chief Dele Momodu, who had at some point had to run away from the country.
Yes.
On exile. Came back, had personal relationship with Chief MKO Abiola. God rest his soul.
So, rest in peace.
He told the story of June 12th from the perspective of an insider. This is not what they know they teach for school.
No.
We've had so many people. So many. And for us, that is essentially what it is. The value that you give. So it's not like, I'm a tech enthusiast. There's nothing I can learn from here. I'm a sports enthusiast. No.
Outside that, you have a life.
Even if you are a sports enthusiast, you must know the story of Kanu Nwankwo, for example, who had a procedure carried out, who a lot of people thought that it was the end for him. He went on, bounced back, became stronger, and did well.
Hard foundation.
Exactly. Look at Kanu Nwankwo, the picking that made us proud.
Yeah.
So there's always something to learn. There's always, and that is what the honest bunch is about.
The name applies. Then.
Yes. We are very honest.
Thank you.
Even though some people will want to, but we are very honest.
On hitting the topic, and sometimes they say the truth is bitter.
Yes. So very bitter.
It definitely applies. So definitely, you've given us your history. You're transitioning from TV to radio.
Yes.
To podcasting, and you've taught us how to apply ourselves.
Yes.
But I want to bring it back to branding now.
Yes.
You and your cap.
Yes.
The husband material. You told us how husband material started, right? When you were doing the skits. But now
I did not even explain the story of the husband material.
You see?
So I was looking for a nickname that would stick. I had experimented with so many. In fact, growing up, they used to call me Fela of Isolo because I was very skinny. And I did not used to wear shirts. In fact, if you pour water for this thing here, water go there at that time. I used to be very skinny. Be dancing Garala Makosa on the street.
And tall, right?
Tall, they lanky. They used to call me Fela of Isolo.
Yeah.
In primary school, I was so fascinated with Germany because I had read, literature about the World War and how Hitler and Germany used to, so with all the destruction and all that they suffered, in Nazi Germany, and how they were able to bounce back, and you get the time when Germany become powerhouse now,
of course,
not just in football and other things, development, technology, construction. So I was fascinated about going to as a child. So they started calling my name is Chukwudi. They used to call me Shuku of Germany because every time I would say, if I grow up and have money, I want to travel to Germany. I want to travel to Germany. Then I used to play sports. I was a goalkeeper in primary school because I was tall for my age. They could just tell me, say, go post. Just do your hand like this, you catch the ball. They started calling me Chilavet. Very popular Paraguayan goalkeeper. Chilavet, yes. Very popular.
He's old though.
He's old now, old school now. OG.
Yeah.
Very great goalkeeper. Used to save penalties, used to score penalties, used to score free kicks. Very now when
Chilavet was good.
Now he make Paraguay popular that year. So they used to call me Chilavet because they try. Because I was tall for my age. A lot of the people who were my age, once they don't cross the ball, I go just punch them. Their head no go feel rich now.
Yes.
So it come like I be keep where. In junior secondary school, I attended Ajumoni Grammar School, Okota Isolo. I was in the literary and debating society.
Okay.
I they talk where now. So if you they talk,
the mix.
That time, so we had a debate competition where I represented the boys, and so usually when you want to start off, there's the introduction. Good day, Mr. Chairman, incorruptible panel of judges, accurate timekeeper. I did not start that way. I started by defending my position. For example, I am here to defend the motion that farmers are better than doctors. People were like, hey, this one not even do introduction.
Panel and judges.
I not do that one. No. As I first talk why I want defend that motion, I can't talk say, but before I proceed, I would like to behave like a trained African child by saying, good day, Mr. Chairman, Baba, people head boss. Everybody just shout, hey, African boy, African boy. So they start calling me African boy, AIT, because I they talk. In senior secondary, they now started calling me Zigbomicious. I don't even know where the idea came from. But if anybody says something, I just start Zigbom, like full stop. Zigbom, Zigbom, Zigbom. They now start calling me
now. It's secondary school.
Zigbomicious. Zigbomicious. So I wrote JAM 4 times. JAM do me a lot. But I got a job as a primary school teacher. Remember I said I was tall for my age. I finished secondary school just when I turned 16. So I got a job at a primary school. Some of the children, when I teach for primary school, if they see me now, they'll tell me, uncle, and you on Daruboni. Say, you know they old. They don't even know. Say that time, now like 2 years, I used to know them. Now 3 years, because I just talking when my head about that shirt. They come school.
And they'll be calling you sir.
They'll be calling me uncle. They don't know say we all of us be G's. You know, so from there, I got admission into the University of Nigeria. Olu-maintain that year, they hot. From Lagos, they call me Kamakazi. I can't go Unsuka, they call me Kamakazi. I did not know that the correct pronunciation was Kamakazi, Kamikaze. So I used to call it Kamikaze. Now when I come read down for history, say Kamikaze pilots in the Second World War would load their planes with explosive and crash into their targets. It'd be like suicide. Even in Japanese history. I don't even gonna know say that name now strong man name for boys when they do things. Now when one day I go off campus, somebody can't call the name. As he call the name, the way when people look me, I can't look say, wait
That's just my nickname.
My nickname, but the way when and the kind of strong faces, the way that they look me like say a more wall, like say one kind of abomination. I can't. Now somebody can't tell that you don't know the name when you answer. That name now strong. I can't change the name.
Straight.
To 99 problems. So 99 problems, one solution was a political movement that I created where as young people were passionate about Nigeria. Now Sound Sultan inspired me. Sound Sultan had Niger Ninjas. You know me and I had 99 Ninjas. Problems, one solution. And I started calling myself 99 problems. My football jerseys, I'll put number 99 and problems at the back. So it was nice in a school environment with young people. 99 problems, I'll share one solution. Until somebody now got me a gig as an MC. The woman was supposed to come from Canada. What's the name of the MC? They say 99 problems. The woman say, God forbid. 99 problems. This marriage that I want to enter is one problem. You want to bring 99 on my wedding day? I beg. That was how I lost that gig. I can't look and say, wait,
this name can't work.
You know, the importance of branding.
Yes, importance of branding.
I now wanted to change to something that would stick and people would like. You know, get anybody when I go introduce myself to and say my name is husband material. When we don't go even get conversation like, are you where's the material? Are you really husband material? Are you married? And you are calling yourself husband material? Then in the course of the conversation, you come see say this guy really gets sense. So no be like saying Amumu. So husband material stock. And as we call social media come pick now, we ran with it and to the glory of God. You know, that's that. But more importantly about branding, people box themselves because they want to appear a certain way. I'll give you an example. When you hear the name Ebuka Obi Uchendu, what comes to mind? A media personality. I did not say media practitioner. A media personality.
Yeah, that's the
description. In the afternoon, he's on Robbing Minds. In the evening, he's telling us, you have now been evicted from the Big Brother house. We see him do this, we see him do that. Nobody don't ever talk, say, this Ebuka own self, you own too much self. Why in the, or Robin Minds, they discuss economics, they discuss politics, then they do Big Brother. No, it is because of the value. You see that value that this guy good. Now, what I tell myself from the beginning, so I don't go box myself, because then some of my friends will tell me, why will you be answering husband material now? Nobody will take you serious. It's too playful.
No, his name is easy on the ears.
Because when I started on TV, it was politics, and it was core politics. Imagine interviewing, then he was VP elect. No, he wasn't VP. He was the vice presidential candidate of the APC, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Imagine going to interview Professor Yemi Osinbajo. You now say, you are discussing national issues, that you now say, my name is husband material. The man first laughs. But I would say that because my core was pidgin broadcast, it was a lot easier to allow certain things slide. You understand? I don't think you would be on proper like channels or and say, welcome to the news at 9. My name is husband material. People are like, but because of saying a pigeon, it did very, very easy.
Yeah, and anybody can relate with it.
People were worried. My producer was like, you have to tell them your real name. Don't tell them. Now, when they consider Yemi Osinbajo own, in fact, what was even funny is, I think he has seen a couple of our videos. And so he recognized me. I was like, husband material. Now after they call, look, sir, if I say this name, they will just leave him because the thing they, you know. So I stuck with that particular name. And in everything I do, whether I show up in speaking engagements, whether I show up in training academies, whether it is sports, whether it is politics, political satire and the likes, now that husband material. So I want you to see beyond just the name and see the value the person gives. And then we live in a society where Onoko Waja, one low road does not lead to the market. If I can take from here, take from here, take from here, take from here, why am I taking from one place? I can take from multiple places, especially because I have value. I have interest in politics, sports, entertainment, music. If somebody wants to pay me for all of those, I'll say, no, my brand does not take that. Bele. I collect everything.
Yes.
I grab it with all joy.
Speaking of, so I think I still have 2 more.
No problem.
We need to talk about. We've really covered the bulk of it, really. I'll take it from the top again. You're giving us your history, your transitioning into podcasts as well, applying yourself, monetizing yourself, and branding yourself.
Yes.
And you just close literally with ensuring that you don't take one road to the market.
No, don't take one road.
So, speaking of your football show, Home Talk as well, that's also a show I like as well, because I like football too.
Thank you very much.
So, how did that come about? Was it you made it happen? Or God, thank you for my life. I'm very, very grateful, because sometimes the way things pan out, see, as humans, we get too carried away, thinking that we are the people who would execute the plan. It is not your plan to execute. It is not even your plan. It is God's grand design for you. Fine, you don't come up with the idea, but that person won't give you the sense to think about that thing. If now waiting in one for you, it go perfect time, and that's God. So I used to make videos. It was even a coping mechanism for me. I'm a fan of Manchester United. You know, after this Alex Ferguson era, the team can't begin, they do anyhow. David Moyes first disgrace himself. First do the club anyhow. Championship winning side. They play rubbish. Sign nonsense players. And let me not say nonsense, because these guys work hard. You know, but sign players that did not give us the value. And the team took a very, 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 very bad dip. So I used to make videos. Anytime it was commonplace for Man U to lose certain games. So I started making videos to cope with the pain and the loss. Baba, when I did, ask anybody when they UNN, the period when I did UNN, no, now me be the chairman of Man U Fans Association. People used to run away from the common room when I come now. Because if una team lose, we go escort you, go your room. I was a terror. In viewing centers, they will pay me to come. Not pay me. The person will say, I beg, come my viewing center. Once my fans here say husband material they there, then it was kamikaze, then go rush, come, that place go full. We were winning games. And so
Man U fans were watch. Not be now when Man U fans know they agree watch ball because if you dey watch ball, you go gas buy that thing where you use to check your blood pressure. Now you go, Man U can disgrace you, especially with Onana in goal and Oiland when no even feel to miss target na even problem for them. Talk more of to hit targets. So I used to make videos trolling Manchester United and other clubs in case they lost their games. So one Mr. Ola used to see the videos and he would, these videos are really very funny. How do you come up with these ideas? Nice. So people used to share and repost those videos. So one day he reached out to me to say, this video, can you share this video with me? I want to share it with someone. So he shared it with someone and said, can you make more? Not just about Man U. Can you even discuss about, do you like sports? I said, you not get anything when I don't like. From when I small. Now newspaper, my papa used to raise me. So back page, front page, I they read where. I can do it. Even if not for me to go do small research to make them outstanding. So I started though. It was now like, let's just make videos for us and let's see how it goes. And this is also another very important thing that I am going to say. Now, it is very important that you monetize whatever you do. But it is also very key that you that you place premium on what you do and give it your best. Yeah. If I had said, these people just they collect videos from me, they're not they give me anything.
You just killed that opportunity.
Yes. But I saw the opportunity was like, okay, they have a bigger platform. More people will see my videos. Let me even go in harder. Give them more. That's why they give them more. And years afterwards, it turned into something that I am grateful for the experience today. So for the podcast, we were going to just experiment with 6 episodes. Baba, now 6 episodes don't count on everlasting episodes like this. So
it's a big sponsorship behind you as well.
By the special grace of God.
Amen.
In fact, there are other new ideas that are coming out from this that, because of how well and how invested we are in that aspect, people are saying, can we do more? This is good. We cannot just settle for this. Let's do a whole lot more. Let's go out to football events or any event and speak to young people about sports. Let's talk about something that football, something that unites us. Baba, football now, waiting they unite, whether you like it or not, now waiting they unite us. First game, second game, we no play well. Third game, once Nigerians, remember the last Nations Cup now? Everybody Ghana no rest. Ghana no rest.
Even after we lost.
Even we beat Cameroon finish. Now Ghana face the repercussion.
Yes, exactly. I remember.
South Africa. Now Ghana face the repercussion. Even though Cote d'Ivoire beat us in the final, now Ghana still face the repercussion.
Be tired of us.
You understand? So let us do more. And we started. So I think that it was designed, from the get-go to be something that would be very big. God used me as an instrument, and I am grateful that I allowed him to use me without thinking of the end from the beginning. I just knew that it was going to turn out perfectly because now God's plan. God no go put me for waiting, go come stress me.
And you've always been able to accept, hold, and make the best of every opportunity.
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful.
And so we're rounding up, but there's one more request.
My cap. I did not speak about the cap.
You can say, please let me know about the cap.
So
please.
it was even just so that African so it's Ankara material. Mobutu Sese Seko, in the Congo. Years ago, used to wear, something like that, but it was the tiger print,
I don't remember the exact pattern, but I know you used to wear it.
Was tiger print, yes, tiger print. And then, in American movies, if they wanted to depict the African prince or king,
they would use that.
They would use something like that. DJ Spinner made it very popular. The cap. Yeah. Shout out to DJ Spinner, trendsetter. Made it very popular. Me, material where my wife use remain. as he not reach me to sew short knicker, make I use am sew cap. So now my sister-in-law, now even they make am.
Oh, nice.
Yes, now my sister-in-law, they make am.
Right?
Was family for. So I now started wearing it and I was like, I really like this. So, you know, it was really cool with my outfits and I could wait with just about anything. And so I carried on. But I did not want to be known for just wearing only one. I want you to maybe see somebody wearing something like that and think about, husband material, they wear something like this. That. So I have in multiple colors.
Of course, it's your brand now, so you
multiple
have
colors, multiple designs. Now my head, now in my sister-in-law first you start experiment. It be not a balance where, it can't the balance where she can't perfect time. You know, but
shout out to your sister.
Shout out to my sister-in-law.
sister-in-law,
yes,
sorry.
My sister too.
At the end of the day,
yes.
So thank you for shedding light, but I want to make a request.
All right.
Out of context, I want you to give me that home turf experience, introducing the show. You know the way you bring it. Boom! I want you to give me that. Can you do that for me?
I can't do that.
You can't?
Yeah, I can.
But before you did, give me a second.
Welcome to Paid in Full podcast by Nairametrics. You know, if it is conversations that impact your life and help you, especially when it comes to making money. Because in this life, carrying shoulder. They now ask you, please press something in our palm. You are now speaking English. They will disrespect you. We know you have value, but it is also very, very important. And when we talk about Naira, we talk about the metric to evaluate and balance the Naira.
Yes,
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is a great man. This man has plenty mouth, not making boast, but because of the value that the club he supports has brought him. They are the only team in the world to win all the major competitions that any football club in the world can feature in. Champions League winners, Europa League winners, even the one that we thought was useless, Conference League winners, ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only OG before IG. OG, Blues!
Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.
And thank you for appreciating our 5 trophies. We've conquered
but they still say that you people are not the pride of London.
We are the pride.
The Arsenal is the pride of London. Arsenal is Arsenal ladies.
They've not represented London in Europe.
Arsenal fans.
They should learn.
They don't have shame. A friend of mine was singing, "You never sing that, you never sing that. Champions of Europe." I said,
"You never sing that."
Arsenal ladies beat Barcelona, and you people consider yourself champions of Europe.
They should go and rest.
One Champions League final since your whole history, and you have been building. Even if you are building cathedral, even if you are building bunker, even if you are the people building submarine have completed.
They are building armory. You know, say they've gone as an armory.
They build. All these years, no trophy. You people should even win tray, sir. Win plate, win something. Congratulations to Chelsea. You people are doing well.
Thank you so much.
By the grace of God, what is happening to Man U, may you know. Okay, you people have had your own experience.
Don't they come back?
Now don't they come back? Now they sign better players. But make una give Osimhen the money we want now.
Osimhen won't go Saudi.
No, una give her money now. Una club na wicked club.
I go call Bully.
I beg, call him. Or may go back, go beg Ibrahimovic, say may come back.
Go carry them people from village, everything.
Yes, now because the guy don't try, don't score goals, don't do this, don't do that. Una come and tell and say you love Chelsea, you are a boyhood fan of Chelsea. Chelsea is your come and play for us. You won't come give him. No, I'm gonna give him that 250.
No worry, we'll go revisit.
Yeah, but more revisit.
Thank you so much, husband material. It's been a very, very entertaining episode. So we've covered everything you need to know as a broadcaster and how to apply yourself. If you are looking to build a career in that, this episode is definitely for you. And I hope you guys listen to it in its length and understand the great history behind husband material's journey. Husband material, you are paid in full.
Thank you very much. I'm paid in full.
Yes.
I've paid the price.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.